Welcome to the Gathering Place podcast. My name is Joe Seaman, a real estate agent in the Augusta, Georgia, Aiken, North Augusta, South Carolina area. I run the J Properties Group, brokered by Maybarn Real Estate.
My name is Hope Seaman, and I am a chaos coordinator and a Jill of all trades.
So when I say master bedroom, what does that make you think of?
Where I sleep, my room, the main room.
All right, so
What did you expect me to say?
I made a TikTok of a home tour like I normally do and posted it a few weeks ago. And as I was going through the tour, I said what most showing agents say. And I said, now we're going into the master bedroom. And I got like
trouble, didn't you?
4 or 5 comments
my
about
God.
calling it a master bedroom. And I'm like, I don't even think that way.
No.
And they were like, master bedroom, question mark, question mark, question mark. But it was several of them. Like, you called it a master bedroom? Yes, I called it a master bedroom.
That's what it's called.
But nowadays, you are supposed to call it primary suite or primary bedroom.
That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. I think that's stupid. We're going to Google this.
So, anyways, we were talking about like things we used to say, like back in the day, or things we might actually still say. And Drew brought up that is it okay if I share this? At one of his kids' functions, he told his kid to go sit Indian style, and which is like you sit on the ground and you cross your legs. And that's what I've always known it. I've never known it to be anything else. But then he said that one of the parents corrected him and said that that's not what you say. You say crisscross. Sit crisscross. So anyways, that
I'm
is
gonna
the
Google
world.
that, too.
That's the world we're in.
Let me tell you this definition. Hold, please. This is the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 5th edition. Master bedroom, a main bedroom in the house. That's one option. 2 option, a room in a house in which the head of the house sleeps. That's the second definition. Third definition, the principal bedroom in a house, usually occupied by the head of the household.
Or the owner of the house.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just so wild that we're on these public forums, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media sites. And I'm not opposed to different people's viewpoint. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It's got to be my way or the highway.
No, but...
But it's so easy for these people to just jump on these sites and click away their opinion and, try to shame us because I've never known it to be called anything else other than master bedroom. Number one, we're still in the southern region of the country. And that's just what I would say 99.9999% of people still call it is master bedroom, master bathroom.
On plans.
Even when you look at floor plans, they actually spell out master bedroom from architects that I have nothing to do with. The architects.
I like how you just said architects.
Architects? What is it called?
Architects.
Architects. Sorry, architect.
Architects.
Architects. Architects. If you're a say it. I'm sorry. If you draw house plans, I'm sorry for saying that. But anyways, they even call it master bedroom, master bathroom on the floor plan. And so I just don't think there's anything wrong with continuing to say master bedroom. I was showing houses just yesterday and to a couple that are moving here from Tennessee, lovely couple, and you will love her. And we were going into the primary bedroom, master bedroom, owner's suite, whatever you want to call it, and I walked him in there, and I said, "This is the master bedroom." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to correct myself. This is the primary suite." And they looked at me like I had 5 heads because they've never heard it called. She literally said they have bought and sold many houses, and she said, "I've never heard it called anything else other than master bedroom."
Okay. All right. Because I do try to see things from different point of views. I probably do want to do like a deep dive and figure out where we got the... I can see where people would say something about the master part of it, especially living in the South. Do I think it's... I mean, do I think
that way? But when you
If
don't
you-
even
if you think that way. Right.
I just don't know why everything
I
that
agree.
comes out of anyone's mouth has to offend someone.
agree, goes back to our podcast that we just finished up, is giving people grace and trying to see where they're coming from versus pushing your own opinions and or agendas on them. I understand what you're saying. It's what we've always called it. It's just, it makes sense to me. It's the main bedroom. And even the dictionary says it's the main bedroom where the owner of the house lives, you know. But I also, okay, so someone brought it to your attention.
Several.
Well, several
brought
it to your attention. Now,
But it's also
now
like
you see a
when they
different
see
view.
one that corrects, they've got to go in and reiterate and
I
say
agree.
their opinion. And it's
okay.
like they gang up on,
So,
like
you
it's
know what?
5 against 1.
opinions
And
are just that, opinions. And I think we need to... Do I want to scroll through TikTok and tell someone that I think that they're a blooming idiot sometimes? Yes. Do I want to tell someone when they post something that's very offensive to me, you're an idiot? Yes, I do. But something stops me. It's called kindness. And it's called, I can keep scrolling, and on down the page there'll be something else for me to look at. Not everyone needs to know my opinion.
just because you have an opinion
Doesn't mean you
mean
need
it
to
needs
share
to be
it.
stated.
Yes, like
Yes.
I mean,
We just told one of our
y'all-
boys that the other day.
y'all don't want to know what my daddy says about opinions, but anyway, there's that. So
It does have to be stated. Like,
Yeah, it
you can
doesn't
have your
have to be.
opinion. We all have opinions about everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it just doesn't have to be blasted out for the world to see.
yeah,
So
and that's ridiculous. An Indian sitting Indian style.
when Drew told me that, like, I have never heard it called anything else
Nothing like
other
that
than
ever happens when I'm around, because I'm telling you, that's probably a good thing, because I would be so livid about that. That's a kid. How long? Okay.
I've never heard it called anything else. I didn't
Look
know
at
it
the
was
history
crisscross.
books that we were
So-
in. Oh Lord, I'll get myself in trouble. I don't have an opinion. I don't have anything to say, because that is ridiculous. I understand now when someone brings it to my attention where someone could view it in that manner, but why have we stopped trying to figure out where people are coming from before we pounce on them?
There was an older gentleman called the lady that does stuff for him, paperwork and all. He called her his secretary and got so much backlash that she is called an administrative assistant.
What's
So,
wrong with the word secretary?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If y'all know what is wrong with all of these words,
No,
like,
I don't want to know. If you know what, I don't want to
But-
know, because
so-
that's not. I don't
but
say
that's
them
the thing
like
is that it's not said in a derogatory
Yeah, I
fashion.
don't want to know.
Like, I didn't know. I mean, my dad has had plenty of secretaries.
I have been a secretary.
What is wrong with secretary? But he literally got so much backlash because he called her his secretary. And this is probably a 70 or 80-year-old gentleman who,
I would rather be called a
No.
secretary than to be called an assistant.
an administrative assistant.
Administrative
you're not supposed to
assistant.
say secretary anymore. They're an administrative
Oh my
assistant
gosh,
because
we've-
secretary is derogatory. Not kidding. So, anyways,
As someone who has spent the majority of my work life as a secretary of some form or fashion,
you my secretary?
that is ridiculous. I'm going to tell you, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to know. This goes back to saying, I know my heart. I know where I'm coming from. And if we would start taking the time to get to know people and see them where they're coming from, their hearts, instead of judging them out of our prejudices. Let's be honest. It's
That's
our
a very
prejudice.
good way to put it. Yeah. Very good way to put
We
it.
would do so much better in life. Now, am I perfect at that all the time? No. Do I have opinions? Yes. Do you, Joe Seaman, hear my opinions?
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm not going to just go browbeat somebody off the street into believing what I want them to believe. I'm definitely not going to look at them and say, you're royally offending me. I have at times. But about something that was just completely 100% inappropriate. Remember we went to the NASCAR races? We were on the bus after the NASCAR race, and this guy was on the bus, and he was belligerent. He was belligerently drunk. And my kid was on there. And yes, I understand it was NASCAR, but he was really young. No one on this bus was using this language. Everyone was quiet. We're talking like it's probably after midnight at this point. Like it's really late. And this man is cussing up a storm, and he's not even using lightweight words. He's using what I deem to be harsh language. And I said something. I was like, I probably wasn't nice about it. I was like, dude, my kid is on here. Like, so yes, there are times I will do things like that. But just because you call me a secretary and I want you to call me an administrative assistant, that's ridiculous. That's your prejudice. That's your issue.
Or master bedroom and bathroom opposed to primary bedroom.
I don't mean
and
it that way.
Right.
I don't mean it that way at all. Now, if there's somebody in my life that I hurt their feelings, if they look at me and they say, Hope, like, I don't really, this is why, this bothers me. I tell my kids this all the time. They run around saying something and I joke about it because, it's something that's kind of like a little bit of a trigger for me. And I'm like, boys, I really don't like that. This is why I don't like that. I don't want you to say that. And now that's a different story. Those are my people. They're my kids. They're my friends.
Inside our house.
They know me. If I'm hurting
We're kind of in our bubble.
Yes. If I'm hurting you, and you tell me that I'm hurting you in a kind way, if you come to me and say, look, this hurts my feelings, I will do everything I can to stop that. I will. I understand. I might not agree, but I understand. I won't do that around you, or I won't say that around you anymore. But to just browbeat somebody into shaming them over something like that is ridiculous. I probably will get myself in trouble.
So we just need to go through like our houses, and like I'm sure the word kitchen is probably going to be the next thing that offends someone, and we're going to come up with a new word for the room that you cook in, And so we probably need to go ahead and get ahead of that curve and come up with alternative words for every room in the house.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, front door is probably going to offend people in the future.
I guess. I think it comes back to if you have enough time in your life to analyze people's words and how it offends you, you need to be more productive because you're not doing enough in your life you got too much free time on your hands.
But on the flip side of that, at least you are like getting engagement. And, they're watching because the master bedroom is not the first part of our home tour ever. So they're watching through that, and then they feel the need to. But people are watching. They're watching for you to slip up. They're watching for you to offend them. And then they want to
But it's mainly
keyboard
warriors.
Yeah, they want to say something to you that offends them. And then how dare you if you go back and try to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
I had a friend that, I don't know how to call him a friend. I have someone in my growing up that was so mean, so offensive, when I was like in middle school and high school and all that. And like they actually came to me later when they got older and they grew up and life changed. And they were like, hey, I am so sorry for how I treated you. Like, I didn't mean to do that. I was going through things on my own at that time. That's not an excuse, but I'm really like, I'm a different person now, so on and so forth. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, thanks. Hey, you want to own your stuff with me and apologize to me? Fine, whatever. This same individual went on through life years later. And I had supported that individual in a lot of different situations that had come up in their lives, in their personal lives. I defended this individual and I was like, really trying to support because, right, we let bygones be bygones. But one time, this individual felt very passionate about a subject. And they got so passionate about the subject that it bled into every aspect of their life, right? They started cutting people out of their lives. Now, mind you, they'd asked for forgiveness, for meanness, for, all this stuff in the past. We all did it. But then they start going after other friends of ours because they didn't agree with them wholeheartedly and ripping them to shreds on social media.
Yeah.
Ripping them to shreds. Completely forgot, A, where they came from, B, the people.
I was trying to figure out where you were going. And yes.
I know.
Yes.
B, the people that
on a
forgave
public forum,
them.
On a very public forum.
Ripping people to shreds.
Yeah.
And then sat back like, what?
Why is everybody attacking me?
Why is everybody attacking me?
Yeah.
Well, home slice.
Yeah.
You just screwed everybody over.
Yeah.
You forgot your etiquette. You forgot where you came from. You forgot to start to pay attention to how people. That person knows. That person has known me since middle school.
But I love the way the person they were attacking came back at them. Was like, hey man, I've tried to call you to hash this out in the last 15 minutes and you won't answer the phone, but yet you'll bash me here and continue to bash me on social media, but you won't answer the phone so we can talk this out man to man. So I think that's what a lot of people are. They're so getting used to just having that phone in their hand or that iPad or sitting behind a laptop and sharing their opinion without even thinking about what it might do to someone else.
And I remember this a long time ago. We were at Curtis and, what's her name? I cannot remember her name. Sweetest woman in the world. She ended up being the music secretary. Donna, I can't remember her last name. Anyway, she did an analogy with the youth one time where she took a tube of toothpaste and she was like, okay, here you are. She undid the top and she starts saying all these things like, you're ugly, you're stupid, I don't like you, your shoes are ugly. And she's constantly squeezing toothpaste out of this tube as she's saying this, right? And then she goes back and she says, oh my gosh, I've just realized I shouldn't say those things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said this. I'm sorry I'd said that. Like that was wrong of me. But I can't put all the toothpaste back into the tube. I can't the words have already been said. Like I can't take the words away. You can apologize for them. You can, do whatever. But if you would think before you spoke to begin with, you wouldn't do a lot of the damage that was done. Was the whole analogy is you can say it. You can wipe it off. You can wipe it away. But you cannot make the tube whole again because the damage has already been done. And that's how I feel about like that one individual. I'm like, dude, you asked me to forgive you for how you treated me. I did. I, was your friend. And then all of a sudden now I'm the enemy again. Like, so that's a you issue. That's not a me issue. And I just wish more people would give people grace. I said this in the last episode. Grace is what people need. They need love and grace and kindness. And your opinion really doesn't matter if you don't take the time to get to know the person that you're trying to force your opinion onto. That's just my 2 cents there. I'm still fired up over the Indian style thing.
Yeah, how did we go from master bedroom to
Indian style
so-
to, there.
yeah? So I guess
So-
to wrap it all up, you're just saying just because you have an opinion doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be shared, and not everything that is posted out on social media and everything that is said is meant to offend you.
And also, it's
Like-
not always true. It's not always true. Like, just because it's out there on social media does not mean it's true. So you just gotta love. I'll get fired up. Anyway,
Take us out, Hope.
Do y'all want to hear a few words and phrases that
Yeah.
yes.
I looked it up?
Okay.
So the phrase "godfathered in," you no longer should use that phrase.
Godfathered or grandfather?
Grandfather.
Grandfathered,
Grandfathered
in?
in.
Why?
From what I just read,
I say that all the time because we're talking about like HOA rules
Yeah.
and things, and they're all grandfathered in.
it has something to do with Black American history on how people received individuals.
Okay.
Huh.
So that's
Well, I got to look up that one. Give me some more. I can't say.
Long time no
Grandfathered in.
see.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Apparently, how it was originated was to make fun of the Chinese that say "no can do."
Oh gosh.
Oh, dear
that-
Lord. I'm going to have to ask
Let's
Bill about that one.
this. Long time no see, Bill.
And then words from how somebody would say something you're like, all right, we don't want to hear that from the peanut gallery.
I say that all the
Hope
time.
says that 1,000
Peanut
times a
gallery
day.
apparently is offensive to the black and racist towards entrepreneurs.
How did we get so offended by just everyday comments and
I mean, my dad calls me Peanut. Like, that's a nickname for me.
I think they're going back to, I can't think of them right now, but the creator or like the one that
Yeah.
invented or found,
yeah.
it was George Washington Carver.
Okay.
Somebody, he was black, and they're saying that when
Okay.
you say that, you're trying to
Be offensive. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Oh,
not
wow.
saying that.
Like-
Let's go. I'm not meaning that
Huh.
whenever that's
Rule
said.
of
But
thumb,
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
basket case.
Yeah.
Definitely say that all the time.
Hope, you just, everything that you say is just offensive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just literally Google words you can't say anymore, and that's what like
Really?
hysterical.
Yes.
I just need to be quiet.
And some, but
So you can't say hysterical anymore.
The relationship to all these words is that they're breaking down certain parts of the word and referring it to something that has nothing to do with what they're like
The root
way we're
word.
using it.
Yes.
If I say any of these words, y'all please just don't come at me. I'm not being
Yes.
offensive about anything that I say
Again,
because I'm just not that type person. I'm not an offensive type person. If I'm trying to offend you, you're going to know.
yes.
Like that's the thing.
100%.
But if I say, yeah, if I'm gonna hurt your feelings, I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
If I'm mad enough, yes,
I think we've got
to be aggravated
we've got
with
to
you.
post about this, or we've done a video about this. Like Drew's
Oh,
like,
fired up.
I've seen Joe like get mad at people. Like you're gonna know, but if I'm just saying master bedroom or hysterical, I'm not trying to be offensive. I promise.
And I'm not going to change my lingo. I'm just going to
Peanut
say
gallery.
that. I'm not.
You say peanut gallery a million times a day.
I mean, I'm not changing my everyday language.
I'm gonna make Hope a list of words and tape it to her mirror she gets ready at every morning. Words you can't say anymore.
Just don't talk. Just don't say anything.
All right.
All right. So today's
that wraps up this
that does.
episode.
But also, let's talk about today's sweatshirt. You can't see the back of it, but go.
Yep.
Kessler, you can go to mark441.com. This is a dry bones.
Mark441.com.
This is about dry bones. Ezekiel 37:4-5. The back is really cute
The
as
boy
well.
is selling sweatshirts every single day.
Yes.
People are buying his sweatshirts. He
Yes.
has been so busy
15-year-old entrepreneur.
with his sweatshirts.
Can we say that? Or is that offensive?
It's offensive.
Okay.
You just offended me. And I don't know which one, 15-year-old or entrepreneur. I don't really remember what. I can't really tell you which one offended me, but
Well, you offended me
that was
because
offensive.
I offended you.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, go to mark441.com, order some
mark441.com.
sweatshirts,
Yes.
and support Kessler because he is doing phenomenal.
Yes.
And like I said, he is selling sweatshirts left and right.
Yes.
He is making these
He
things
makes them
every
to
single
order.
day.
So he has the sweatshirts in stock, and then he puts the transfers on.
Yeah.
So.
Very
All
cool.
right.
So take us out, Hopi.
Well, that's about it today on today's episode of the Gathering Place podcast. We hope we did not offend you in any way, shape, or form. We love you. We appreciate you. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.